Hi everyone, my name is Salia and welcome to HustleSZN. Earlier today I actually filmed the Julia and the Phantoms book tag and I kind of just wanted to continue with the tags. So I decided to do the end of year book tag, which is what we're doing right now. This was originally created by Ariel Bissett. Yeah, I mean you already know the tag, whatever. I'm just gonna get started. So the first question is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? Need is a strong word. There's no book that I need to finish, although I'm currently in the middle of 3 books. I'm in the middle of Legendborn because I'm doing a buddy read for that and I would absolutely love to finish that before the end of the year. And then I'm also in the middle of City of Brass. I'm about 25% into the audiobook of that one. I'm really liking it, so I'm pretty sure I will finish it. And then I am like 20%, I'm not even 20%, I'm like 20 pages into Dig by A.S. King. Obviously, Kayla from Books and Lala has recommended that a lot and I've always seen it and I've always been like, WTF, like I don't even know what that is on the cover, but it is a book that I was like, I'll just give it a try. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I love it. I probably won't finish it, but it is a book that I'm in the middle of, so maybe I'll finish it, but it's a very, I might just put it down. Question 2, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? No. I guess is the short answer of that. And I don't know why I chose this tag if all my answers are gonna be no, but yeah, I don't really have a transition book. I don't think that I change my reading that much based on the seasons or that I associate books with the seasons or that it really matters to me. I can read fantasy, which is what I usually like, any time of year and it doesn't really matter. I do think that because of the way publishing works, like all the big fantasy books come out usually in September so that you can get them for Christmas, I guess. So I think like fantasy is associated more with winter and then contemporary romances with summer. And to some degree, I definitely do pick up more romances during the summer. But that being said, like I'm equally as happy to read a fantasy book at the beach as I am a contemporary romance. I'll read anything. I don't really care what season it is what I'm trying to say. Also, I think because I don't really like spooky books or thrillers, I don't really have that moment in September or October that most people do, I guess, where they're like, let's start reading spooky books. And so even if I were to read them, I wouldn't really consider them a transitional book because I'd just be forcing myself to read something because everyone else is doing it. Okay, I've rambled enough. Question 3, is there a new release you're still waiting for? I don't think it's out yet, but I guess An Ember in the Ashes #4, something about sky beyond storm or beyond something like that, but the 4th book in An Ember in the Ashes I am waiting for, but it comes out so late in the year that I don't know that I necessarily will get it right away or that I'll be reading it this year. I guess These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong isn't out yet, but it will be out in like 2 days, so definitely it'll be out by the time I put this video up, so yeah. Question number 4. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Okay, so I have been dying to try to read an entire series this year. Like I keep wanting to, or at least lately, what I've wanted to do is just binge an entire series. So I recently started the Poppy War, I recently finished the Poppy War. So I have the Dragon Republic because I just took it out from the library. So I'm hoping to get to that very soon. And then the Burning God, whenever that comes out, I'm hoping to read too. I guess I could have answered that one for my previous answer. But anyways, those 2 books, so the Dragon Republic and the Burning God, are definitely 2 that I would like to finish, assuming I enjoy the Dragon Republic, but everybody says they've liked it pretty much as they liked the first book, so hopefully I do, and then I can just read that whole series. And then the other book, which I have, I'll be right back. The 3rd book that I really want to get to this year is On a Sunbeam by Tilly Walden. I definitely want to read this one because it was given to me as a gift by Andrew, and I just want to read it in the year that I got it because if I just keep it on my shelves, who knows if I'll ever get to it. It is a graphic novel, so I'm sure it won't take super long. I think there's a sapphic romance in it as well. It takes place in space, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think I'll enjoy it, and yes. I also just want to read the books that I'm gifted because, you know, somebody thought I might enjoy this, so I gotta deliver. Question 5, is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Honestly, I actually haven't even thought about what my favorite book of this year is yet. So yeah, I mean, I guess that position is wide open. I definitely think that the Poppy War could be a contender, and definitely Legendborn I'm really liking, so depending on how the second half of that book goes, that could definitely be a contender as well. So yeah, I would say It's anybody's game at this point because I don't even have a current favorite. This tag isn't going as I wanted. We're already on the last question. This is a really quick tag. Last question, have you already started making reading plans for 2021? Not too many because in general I like to keep my options open. I don't have a whole lot of free time and I don't necessarily read that many books, so if I make too many plans I basically am stuck to only going by the plans and I have no room to just kind of pick up a book on a whim or do what I want to do. So not really. I do have a few plans. The biggest of those is that I really want to do like a med lit type book club, which is like medical literature, medicine and literature, I don't know, medical literature. I just feel like I have wanted to try to connect more to like people in my field who read books, and none of them, because of my age probably and because they like to think that they're smart, but nobody that I know reads, like nobody at work reads young adult fiction. If anything, if they do read, like some people read fantasy, but it's much more adult fantasy than it is young adult. So I haven't really been able to connect to people at work, even though we're both readers necessarily. And so I was like, you know what, let's just like bite the bullet. Let's read some medical literature. I, generally speaking, try not to read about medicine because I already do so much of that at work that the last thing I want to do is read more books about like my job and stuff. Well, actually, you know what? There's a lot of reasons why I avoid medlit, but I will just go into that when I make an announcement video. Originally, I wanted to do one book a month. I think that might be too much, so I might be trying to do like every 2 months do a book, and I will try to go through like the few classics and then hopefully kind of branch out and pick the type of books that I want to read and maybe compare them. So anyways, that's my goal for next year. I definitely also, like I'm always trying to read a bit more diversely. And so I was thinking next year I would love to read a book by an Indigenous author. I didn't get to participate this year in Indigathon. And just in general, like I don't know that I've ever read a book by an Indigenous person. So that'll be like a small goal that I have next year. That's about it. Like I have my own side book clubs, but you don't care about that. I don't even know that if I'll have like a reading count. I tried for 60 this year for my Goodreads reading goal, and I'm definitely not, like I'm only at 31 right now, so I probably will not make that. And I don't really know next year what would be a good number, just because I end up needing to study and doing like schoolwork and other stuff, so that takes up a lot of my free time. And I've personally been trying to make more time for like social things. I know it's COVID and like you're not supposed to get together, but I've been trying to put more time towards like video chatting friends or like going for a walk or things like that, where usually I would just kind of stay alone at home and read my book. But I've been trying to be a bit more social when I can. So that's like lessen the amount of time I have to read anyways. Really my biggest plans are just like I said, the Medlit group and reading a book by an Indigenous author. And in terms of channel plans, I have no idea. Hopefully be more consistent, but also like I don't want this to be stressful. Really that means there are no plans. I guess that is it. Those are the 6 questions for this tag. That was really quick, a little bit messy, so I apologize for that, but hopefully fun to watch still, and I will see you next time. Bye!